planning on stealing something?
No, ma'am, we're not.
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No.
Where do you get off?
Just a couple of people who totally got off, bro.
Hey, show us your basement.
What? No.
Welcome once again to another edition
Welcome back
to
another edition
of Show Us Your Basement.
Show us your basement.
Yes.
Two brothers. Welcome back to Josh
two
and
brothers
Edgar.
are joined here. Yes.
I mean, Josh and Alberta.
Poor man.
That's right.
Poor man.
Yep. And Josh is wearing the same colors as the Foot Clan from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's looking like a disciple for Shredder right there. The real overlord.
I do own that same figure, boxed. Mine's got more value.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
$50.
I think Josh is having more fun than I am. That's all I gotta say about that.
I saved the bucks.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining.
Anyway.
Thank you guys for listening. As always, please like and share and subscribe for more of this type of content. We also have another podcast, Poor Man Sports, where we talk all things sports from a poor man's perspective with Eric and Josh and myself. Edgar will probably make his debut at some point if we talk about wrestling, I'm pretty sure. Let's just get a few things out the way. Follow us on TikTok at Show Us Your Basement, Instagram as well as Show Us Your Basement. Listen,
Please.
And also please review the podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Let us know how great we're doing, and spread this with your friends, with your poor friends. I don't know. We really appreciate it. You know, this has been fun. We don't continue this without your guys' support. So we really appreciate it.
You also need to let us know if we smell like ass too.
I don't know how they'll be able to do that when they're listening to us, Eric, but that is a good point.
Video?
Cleanliness is the next to holiness, as they say, I think, is what the saying is. So, yeah, look, guys, this has been kind of a rough start to the year with movies. Return to Silent Hill, piece of shit. Psycho Killer, which is a movie we mentioned on this podcast, finally released. It was also kind of a dud. It really seems like Iron Lung is the only great horror movie that's come out this year, weirdly enough. And Eric had a chance to see it. Oh, Send Help is another one. But it looks like May might be the month for horror. Have you guys seen the lineup for May? We've got...
I have seen Backrooms, right?
Which one?
Backrooms?
Backrooms. That just dropped as of this recording. The little teaser for Backrooms, which I'm excited for. Liminal.
It's going to be interesting to see how much different it is from the content.
Yes. Yeah, it's a different kind of horror because it's not really like monsters or like demonic. It's like liminal horror. It's like liminal space. Mm-hmm. And you just lost.
He created a very interesting universe, and I hope that was done very well through YouTube. And I'm just wondering,
how it translates.
Is he going to take this a movie? I hope not. I'm somebody that is in full support of wanting this to be successful, 100%. I hope it's successful. I hope it kills it. I love these little indie content creators that are starting to make larger box office film. I think we need it because it's got like a fresh take, and it's like the creation of just another guy, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see where that goes. So we got Backrooms, Hokum. Edgar, you seen that teaser for Hokum?
That looks interesting.
That looks really interesting. I don't know if you guys have seen the little teaser for that. The director's known for making some pretty terrifying stuff, and he's finally getting another like shot at showing his what I'm hearing is like some masterful filmmaking. He's really good. I haven't seen his other films, but Hokum, look out for that. Also, another movie from another YouTuber, Obsession. I don't know if you've seen the trailer for Obsession.
Yep.
Made by a
That's
YouTuber, which is weird. They have the same kind of background as Jordan Peele and Keegan Michael Key, where they just like it's all skits that they've done on YouTube, and now they're like he's kind of dipping his foot into horror. So Obsession looking really cool.
Dude. We need it.
I mean, look, dude, May is looking like it's
We
going to
need
be.
it all.
And then we got Evil Dead Burn coming out in July this year. We haven't even seen the trailer for that yet. So horror is looking like it's about to go off this year.
Hold on, because I got that with Keeper and maybe some other films.
That's right.
And we were let down. But to your point, if it's done by, I feel like this more indie movement is a good thing. Like what Mark, I don't know how to say his last name, Markiplier. Kane Parsons, Backrooms. I was not aware that Obsession was another like a small content kind of indie creator.
Yeah.
They need to be. I hope they're successful.
Me too.
I think they will be. They have ideas. They have ideas that they're. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, I'm excited, Josh. I mean, what has been the best movie so far this year that you've seen, or haven't like?
The best movie that I've seen this year, 2026 specifically, or
anything,
like that I've watched?
That you've seen backlogged from 2025, just like what's been scratching that itch.
Well, first off, before I talk about what I've watched and what I've enjoyed so far, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Did you guys see the most recent trailer for that movie?
Yeah, I have seen that. Yep.
Yes, that actually looks interesting.
I was like, kind of like, how do you make the Mummy?
Oh, they're different route.
Kind of bring in a little girl that they found in a whatever she was in.
Yes.
Sarcophagus. I can't even say that word, obviously.
Yes,
tomb.
There you go.
That trailer actually looks pretty good,
Yeah.
and Lee Cronin did do.
Evil Dead
I think
Rise.
Edgar, you appreciated it.
Yep.
Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
So I appreciated Evil Dead Rise as well.
Yeah, so did I.
What he does with the Mummy, it looks original, and it does look interesting. I'm super excited for that. What I've watched, on my trip for work, being on a flight for 2.5 hours, I really got to enjoy F1. If you guys have not watched F1,
I have seen F1.
Great movie.
Same director as Top Gun Maverick, right?
Correct. Has that same feel to it.
Yeah, really good.
Really enjoyed it. I love it. I don't know. There's something about Brad Pitt as he ages. He's bringing a lot more to the table. He's still Brad Pitt at the end of the day, but enjoy Brad Pitt early in his career. But ever since he's done Ocean's 11.
Fight Club?
Fight Club.
Okay. I don't know. I'm back and forth with that movie. I'm back and forth. I don't want to disregard it. It's a great movie, but I don't know, man. Money Train?
Money Train or Bullet Train?
Not Money Train.
Not
Money.
Yeah,
You got Moneyball and Bullet Train.
I'm thinking about Moneyball. Sorry. Bullet Train. This guy's been great. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Train.
Say
He
again?
was good. But Brad Pitt was good in Bullet Train.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
Too long, it was a little drawn out, but it was a good watch.
It was. I did watch Predator, Badlands.
Oh, what do you think?
I enjoyed it.
Uh-oh.
It was a good popcorn flick movie. It is show us your greatness.
Good.
It is not the movie of the year.
All right. I'll take that. That's fine.
But I think I kind of wanted more after Prey, fortunately. And I felt like I didn't get a lot of that.
What does more mean? What do you mean?
Like, my question is, how do you do Prey and then do Badlands afterwards? I don't know. Too much humor.
Disney.
You know, Bud was, too cute.
Terrible.
It just wasn't a Predator movie. But all that aside, I enjoyed it. To me, Predator 1, Prey, on a different level.
Oh yeah.
On a different level.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would even put Predators before Prey,
that's fine.
Badlands.
I can.
But I still enjoyed
Yeah.
it. I still enjoyed it. And then Bring Her Back.
Yes.
I just recently watched that.
By the what are the brothers' name? Forget what their names are.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
By the
Show Us
Answer
Your
movie.
Greatness.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, I think I told you this, Alberto, and I told Eric this as well. There's two things about this movie that make it great: the gaslighting, and obviously the demon possession. And what makes this movie so interesting, without giving away too much and spoiling it for those of you that are listening, is if you take the demon possession out of it and you focus just on the gaslighting alone.
That's still like a
It's
thriller, still like a horror movie in
Still
itself.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, still a great movie. And what's interesting is obviously they didn't allude to it. They didn't hint at it. They just threw it out there. Throwing the urine on him. Punching the sister in the face. That the mother is doing all these things, but they executed it so well. While showing you too much. They could have done it like a typical thriller movie where they, you see you just see elements of it and it's happening and you're wondering if it's the brother, but they immediately just show you it's the lady and you're just like, holy shit. So the execution of it is so great. And what's her face? I forget her name, the actress from Guillermo del Toro's
Shape of Water?
what is that movie?
Is it Shape
What
of
was
Water?
it called again?
Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. She gives a great performance in that movie as well. So, but
Is that right?
that's been on my list of what I've watched. So, say again?
Is that where they have sex with fish?
In Shape of Water or Bring Her Back? Which one?
Shape of Water.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes. But
Yeah.
it's still a great movie. Shape of Water is a great movie.
It's a
Fish sex.
one and done. It's a one and done type of movie. I don't think you can rewatch it, in my opinion.
Have
As is
sex
the
with
case,
fish.
as is the case with Guillermo del Toro movies. There's a lot of them that I think is like a one and done type of thing with his filmography. That's
Agreed.
just
Agreed.
kind of how I feel. But that doesn't mean they're not masterpieces. I think Guillermo del Toro does fucking amazing movies. It's just I don't see a lot of rewatchability with his films.
Pan Labyrinth is a one and done film.
I agree.
Beautifully well done. Beautifully well done, though.
Yep.
Masterpiece.
Saw X, though, I mean, you can watch that movie like countless times. You could always pick up on new things when that
Oh, God, here we go.
What, you got something to say or what?
No.
All right, cool. All right, Josh. Well, I mean, that's good to know. And I think for people listening, I know it's been a rough year, but look forward to May if you're a fan of horror. I think there's definitely going to be more movies coming out. I know Scream 7 is like on the horizon. So there's still plenty of stuff for people to look forward to, I guess. I'm not a huge fan of the Scream franchise right now. As Eric would say, this shit's got to stop. And I agree when it comes to the Scream franchise.
Actually, I think
it's gotta
Eric
stop.
changed his mind on Scream.
What?
What do you mean?
I've been rewatching the Screams. And Scream 2 is... I hadn't watched it in probably 10 or 15 years.
Please don't say it's great.
It is a fucking masterpiece, dude.
It's a masterpiece?
Oh,
Yes.
shit, here we go. Oh.
I mean, I've never seen it, so I don't
The
know.
dialogue is excellent. It's a phenomenal... The greatest sequel of a horror movie ever.
Okay, that's taking it more than Evil Dead 2?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Scream 2, dude. The way they write the dialogue, those pre-cell phone movies, the way that they have the characters talking about the sequels, carrying it over.
Better than Doctor Sleep?
I didn't watch Doctor Sleep.
Okay, well watch that and
But
then
Scream
I think
was
you'll
like
change your...
Scream was a pretty quick follow-up to the first one, and it is phenomenal. I couldn't believe how well it aged. It's great. Oh,
How's
it's
the
great.
franchise as a whole, Eric?
Yeah, the franchise as a whole is really good. I mean, some of the later films, they degrade in quality compared to the first two, but to Josh's point, they remain consistent. They're consistent. The dialogue is pretty consistent, though it was better in the first and the second. What's that?
Consistently bad. Just wanted to correct you right there. Consistently bad.
I mean, yeah, there's like some ridiculousness in it, but at least it holds true. They hold true.
Yeah.
Greatest horror franchise of all time.
And it's by far, when you look at when you look at these long-winded franchises, it is by far the best. Not even close.
I think I heard that's the worst one in the franchise.
It was 2?
Yeah.
I thought it was 3.
The second one?
3 is the worst one.
I gotta see I was watching a video and I gotta rewatch it. I think it was the second one.
Oh, the second one is good, dude.
Oh, who's the killer again? Like
spoilers, but go ahead. I don't care.
It's the mom and Mickey.
Yeah, people were saying that's
Mickey
the worst
Mouse
one.
is making an appearance in Scream 2. What?
Great cast, great writing, great dialogue. They have a great opening scene. It's not like the first one, but it's a great opening scene, and they really tie into all of the shit from the first one and how they write it into the second one. It is just I just forgot about it and I rewatched it and I'm like, dude, this aged well. Like, great cast.
All right. I mean,
you know.
Listen, you're allowed to be wrong, Eric. That's totally fine. You know, this is what this podcast is about. You guys can.
I'm also allowed to be right.
In your own head, yeah, that's right.
Do you want now that he brought up the you were going to save this for later?
No, I'm still saving it. I'm not gonna.
No,
I'm not going to. Look, I will just say this because I don't. You guys are looking forward to watching Scream 7, right?
Yeah,
I'll watch it. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, I'm not gonna say anything more than just this. I obviously don't really care too much about the Scream franchise. I've seen what happens in the film, and there's some decisions being made in that film that I just don't.
It's okay. Not a lot of people care about Saw.
Do you think that's gonna hurt Josh? But I don't care. I mean, because
You don't. Some people don't care about Scream. Some people don't care about Saw. I'm just trying to hurt feelings.
All right.
You're okay to be wrong, Alberto.
Let's see if your opinion still holds true when the movie comes out. But let me share another controversial take. I think this might hurt Josh a little bit. Not hurt Josh, but I think it's definitely going to take him us by surprise. Because this is actually a take I've said before when we were still doing, I think it was early on when we were doing Show Us Your Basement. We did this off the recording. I said this with my whole chest. I do think this still to be true. And here's the take. Here it is. I'm going to say it. I think that John Wick, the franchise, is a better action, like the greatest action film of all time over The Raid.
Oh shit! Is that what you were going to talk about?
Yes. Throwing it out there. I know Josh had an issue with that. If I were to choose one of the John Wick films, I'd obviously choose the fourth one. I think that's the greatest action movie of all time. I don't think The Raid I don't think it holds a candle to it. Or The Raid 2. I'm hoping you guys have seen these movies so we can
I know I seen
discuss it. But
the way you phrased it, you said John Wick as a
franchise, but if I'm to choose one,
because
obviously there's more movies than there is Raid movies, I have to choose John Wick 4. Mm-hmm. Can it solos? It clears Raid 1 and 2. John Wick, Chapter 4. And I don't think that's hard of a take. I feel like there's a lot of people who agree.
I feel like the thing with the Raid, because I really enjoy those two films.
Tell me where you're at first. Do you agree with my take or do you disagree?
I would say that the Raid, how do you say, kept the torch for those movies to come out. You know, those action type movies, like kung fu's and all that genre.
Right.
And I think John Wick elevated it.
So you agree?
It took it to another step. Yes, I agree.
Eric, have you seen these films?
I've seen the John Wick films, all of them. Not seen the Raid.
Oh,
John Wick films I enjoyed, but when I kind of think back to them, they do blend together quite a bit. Choreography was done really well in John Wick. And Keanu Reeves is great. But it's hard for me to, it's hard for me to go back and think, okay, which one is which?
Right.
Because it's just so much. I know they're all kind of unique in their own way, but I get a little lost. And I don't know if I would go back and rewatch them. It's very similar. Like, the action is, non-stop. It's so non-stop. It's,
I think they all
overwhelming.
Doesn't it take you, within
they
a
all
couple
take
of days?
place, in a span of,
a day or two?
the first few movies do, and then it kind of starts to space out with time. But, Josh, you're very quiet there, which I expected. Listen, I had a lot of time to think about this since we spoke about it last, and I just feel like, yeah, man, I'm standing on business on this. I think John Wick is a better, not just it's the greatest action movie of all time. 4, and also just the franchise in general. But 4, I'm singling out. It's so fucking good, man. It's such a masterpiece. John Wick 4, you know.
I'm back and forth. I don't disagree with you. First off, I'll start with that because, John Wick came out at a time where, these movies were kind of coming out, and they kind of had an advantage because, as this style of action was coming out. They were cooking it. They were cooking, right? And John Wick figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I would also say that it's kind of hard to compare the two because, we're talking about 2 movies versus technically 5 because the ballerina. We'll say that's part of the John Wick series. Okay. So we're talking about 5 movies versus 2. But I would also disagree with you as well because John Wick it's a Hollywood movie. It's an American movie, which means that it has the opportunity to expand not just in the U.S. but outside of the U.S. as well. Okay, whereas The Raid was a foreign movie. Which means it's really only going to reach out to that type of culture, right?
Right.
That area. And then whatever is brought to the US, it's very small. You know how I kind of found out about The Raid? I got lucky. I was on an airplane going on vacation. I was looking through what to rent. And it popped up. I read it, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to give this a go." And then I fell in love with it. I got lucky, when I watched The Raid. So it's really hard to compare the two, and I don't think that's really fair. But I would also say that, before The Raid, what movie really came out that was very in depth in that style of just nonstop,
kinetic action? Yeah.
Yeah, kinetic action that was like John Wick. There really wasn't. So you can say without the Raid, there would be no John Wick.
Yeah, and I think also
So
the Man
it's
from
a
Nowhere is
blueprint
also.
of what was to really come.
Mhm.
Because after the Raid came the Man from Nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Very similar in a lot of ways, beautifully well done. But again, it's it's a Korean film, it's a foreign film. Only a certain amount of people have seen it. If we go into a room, if we're in a room with 50 people and we're like, hey, have you seen The Raid? Have you seen The Man from Nowhere? Right?
It's
10% of those people are going to see it.
Yeah.
But if we ask, hey, have you seen John Wick?
Mhm.
Most likely everyone had seen those movies.
Yeah.
So it's not really a fair comparison, I would say.
Mhm.
But I can't. So therefore, I would agree with you.
But just by proxy of the fact that there isn't many Raid movies, is what you're saying.
There's that in combination. It's a foreign film, and I think, in all honesty, being that it was a foreign film
Mhm.
and how well shot it was, start to finish, it is actually a better movie. And the introduction of Raid, right, is the guy's in his room. He's like working on a punching bag. Okay?
Yeah.
There's literally no dialogue. Okay? So he's on a punching bag. Okay? His wife is pregnant in the background.
Mhm.
He goes to work. He suits up. And it's a great introduction.
With minimal dialogue, minimal exposition.
With minimal dialogue,
Yeah.
right? And to be in this room where you're kind of locked in, okay? And you try to see, you have like what, 10 cops, probably more, versus an entire apartment complex that's run and owned by a drug dealer that says, hey, if you stop these guys, your rent is free moving forward.
Yeah.
It's claustrophobic and it's visually shot well. And that movie was like, we're talking about also John Wick was probably like millions of dollar budget, where the Raid was budgeted at what?
Maybe like $1 million or $2 million. Maybe less. I'm not sure.
Probably less, I would say.
I mean, look. Okay, while you're looking that up, let me ask a different question while you're still talking about this, and I'll open up to you guys. If I'm saying John Wick as a franchise is the greatest action franchise of all time, which franchise are you putting it up against and saying this beats it? This beats John Wick. Which one would you put up against John Wick?
Rush Hour.
I would say The Matrix.
Rush Hour. The Matrix, huh? Another Keanu Reeves franchise, huh? Interesting. Eric, what would you put up against? I don't know if you're a huge action fan, but what would you put up against? Like this clears John Wick as an action franchise. Like which one would you put up against?
Oof, man, I like that.
Because you got like Mission Impossible, you got fucking the James Bond movies.
Not Mission Impossible. I did like the James Bond, Daniel Craig films a lot. I did like those. It's tough because they're action, but they're not really comparable to John Wick, I don't think. It's a very different, because John Wick was filmed very, like I said, the mechanics of it, the way that they shot the scenes, because, Keanu Reeves did a lot of training. There was a lot of, combat training involved on how, training to use the weaponry, training on the combat, the hand-to-hand combat. It's filmed really well in that aspect. So it's kind of unique in its own way. It's hard to compare. It's kind of almost in its own category, because you could see the way the camera angles. They almost there's scenes in John Wick where it doesn't cut to another scene. It's almost like the camera just follows one scene.
It's just one long
scene.
shot.
one long shot,
Yeah.
and it's very unique in that way. You don't see a lot of movies filmed like that, where they just
The Raid
you've got,
does
like,
that.
5 minutes of. Well, I didn't see the Raid, but
Yeah.
in John
No,
Wick, you have
I'm just adding
5
that in
minutes
there.
of one angle moving, following, and it provides a different type of experience that I haven't really seen before. So I don't know how to compare it. John Wick is very well done from that
Okay.
regard.
What was the budget, Josh?
So John Wick was 20 million.
Okay.
Okay. The Raid Redemption. The Raid Redemption was 1.1 million.
Ooh.
That's both pretty low. I mean, the Raid is very low in comparison, but to think that those were made with a 20 million budget seems like compared to what they probably made.
Well, I don't think they expected John Wick to blow up.
Right. But I mean, that's what I mean. It's like it had that budget and it just exploded into this. It's going to be just a cult thing.
There's a $19 million difference between the two movies.
Yeah.
And if you actually watch The Raid,
it feels like a $20 million movie or what? Okay.
It holds up really well.
It does.
Edgar, you've been quiet. What do you think?
I was about to ask you. We're like, come on, join in on the conversation, dude.
You motherfuckers don't shut up.
We're putting in our 2 cents, man. Shit. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Just like Josh, like that was the one movie I would recommend to everyone. Was The Raid, and for me, those 2 movies were fucking like they're still amazing. They still hold up. You know, like with the budget and all that, it's great. What I'm saying is it kept that torch for a long time until John Wick came out. And it, like I said, it elevated the action. It elevated the martial arts. Yeah. It pretty much everything about action.
To me, it invented gung fu, dude.
They didn't invent it. It brought it back again.
It did, yeah, because we did have like hard boiled, right? Is it hard?
Yeah, hard boiled. Yes.
I was about to say stranglehold. That's the video game.
You know,
yeah.
Like Josh said too, it's only 2 movies, but those 2 movies on its own still carries a lot
of influence.
Yeah,
Sifu. I don't know if you guys played Sifu, but the huge Raid and John Wick vibes in that game.
The Man from Nowhere came out first, so.
First before
Did it really?
Raid, yep.
Before the Raid?
2010.
Ooh, so that really is the one that's the predecessor.
That's the predecessor.
But it doesn't do like the type of action that.
Yeah, it doesn't. You're right.
It doesn't. Yeah.
The Raid. It's more of like a Bourne Identities type of style.
It is.
I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like.
Do you have a franchise in mind that you would put it up against? Or do you agree with Eric? It's like just on a league of its own in terms of an action franchise.
It's a league of its own.
Really?
Yeah. I can see the comparison between those two, like the fight scenes or like the shootouts and all that.
Yeah.
You know. I'm trying to think, but the thing is, like with John Wick, what he did for me, like I learned a lot about the background. You know, like the making of and all that, right? And how the director had all these influences from, foreign films.
Yeah.
That opened the door for me to see all those other films, like The Man from Nowhere.
Right.
I think it's called A Bittersweet Life is another one. Like those type of movies.
Right.
That so I don't know. Like for me, shit, I'll say still John Wick.
It's just better than.
Not better. It just it
different.
It took
elevated.
Yeah, elevated it. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I mean, look, I knew this wasn't going to be a huge.
It's hard to pick because I really love those.
Well, because I agree with Josh.
It's a tough ask.
It's a tough one. Yeah. Well, I still wanted to put it out there. I just to see kind of what the feelers were for this conversation. I understand it's not a fair comparison with the Raid, but. I just wanted to put that out there. I think the John Wick franchise is like just the greatest action franchise of all time, and I think 4
I think
is
it's
the best.
the greatest American movie, American.
I'll agree with that. Yeah,
I would say that. I think The Raid is the greatest foreign action movie of all time.
Might have to revisit that when we have other like movies in our head that we can put it up against. You know?
I probably would have leaned into Indiana Jones more, but they decided to fuck with it years and years later after the original three films, and so I just kind of I was like, oh god, you just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Yep.
And unfortunately, that's what happened with that. Because if it would have just been left, I'd probably lean more into that, but completely different than John Wick, though. Not the same, but I think that was more of like an adventure, like action adventure.
Yeah.
Where, you're kind of mesmerized by these thrilling, harrowing, crazy adventures in all these wild places with crazy artifacts that could change the course of the universe. That stuff captured me as a child, and they aged well too. Like, they look so good because there's still some practical effects to them a little bit here and there, but it's not the same as John Wick. Where they really, like I said, they focused on more of the mechanics and the as realistic of training as you could have for an action movie with like realistic gunfights, battles, right? To whatever that means, right? I'm just saying from a cinematic perspective. I don't want to talk about real life shit because that's not good. But
so here's something interesting too. The three movies that we really talked about: Man from Nowhere, The Raid, and John Wick. Let's just say John Wick 1. Which one do you think had the highest Rotten Tomato score?
The Man from
I know we
Nowhere.
don't live and die from that.
probably The Raid.
I would say The Raid.
The Man from Nowhere.
Told you.
Okay.
Bingo bango.
It got a perfect score at 100%.
Jeez.
The Raid got an 87. John Wick got an 84. 86.
What were the viewers' ratings?
There you go. Yeah.
I would probably say John.
I don't want to discredit Rotten Tomatoes. Other times they do get things right. John Wick got an 82. The Raid got an 87. And then the Man from Nowhere got a 90%. So it's still on top.
Still on top.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
that settles it.
Interesting.
That's a good call out, man. Edgar, I didn't think The Man from Nowhere came out first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good.
It's a great film. I recommend everybody to watch that movie. It's
Arashi.
well, okay.
Arashi.
Let's move on to something I think would really stir the pot. I'm gonna let Josh introduce this one because I think this is gonna really ruffle some feathers, or maybe we'll all agree. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But go ahead, Josh. Go ahead and introduce his next one.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot about great directors. We've talked about this director specifically. And we've praised this man. We've loved this man. We've given this man multiple flowers. I don't know, Alberto, how many podcast episodes have we done?
Multiple. I can't say.
How many times have we talked about this guy?
Multiple.
10 times.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to ask this question, and this isn't my definitive answer. Okay, but based on this individual's history of movies, John Carpenter, overall, as a director, is Show Us Your Basement.
And that is the statement. That's what Josh is putting forward. Edgar, you have a look of disbelief.
As a director.
As a director, his basement?
Yes, is John Carpenter basement.
Is he or is?
We're asking.
No.
Is he? Yeah.
I say no.
So his basement.
So Edgar's a hard no. Okay, you can hear it in his voice. He's extremely passionate about it.
I kind of figured about that. Figured that.
So we've praised his movies. He's done Escape from New York. He's done The Thing. He's done Halloween. Okay. But we don't ever talk about his bad movies. Escape from L.A.,
Vampires. It's amazing.
No, it's not.
Vampires, Ghost of Mars,
The
The
Reaping.
Ward.
Assault and Precinct.
We can also argue and we can say They Live is a terrible movie. We can also argue that Prince of Darkness is a terrible movie,
The Mouth of Madness.
and so forth.
It's another one.
Into a Mouth of Madness
Okay,
was
that-
rated higher, but these movies were not. These movies, like The Thing, unfortunately have bombed in the box office as well.
Eric, what are your thoughts?
Is Eric there?
Man, we literally
We broke
dumbfounded Eric.
He broke his
We
brain.
broke his brain.
Is he? Can
I
he
don't-
hear us?
I don't. Can you hear us, Eric? or-
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought you asked Edgar.
Oh,
Sorry.
No,
were
no,
you saying
no.
Edgar or Eric?
We're asking you now. What do you think?
Look, here's the thing about John Carpenter. I don't think his movies were ever curated to be box office smash hits or to be well liked by whoever's the tomato meter, right?
Yeah.
When I look at this from a fan's perspective, I think, yeah, he's had a lot of films. He's done a lot, which he's got a big sample size. And I know that there are some bad ones in there. But
There isn't some. There's a lot.
There's a
Throwing that
handful. There's also a handful of goated movies in there. I guess, my opinion. Halloween is a goated movie.
Yeah.
The Thing is a goated movie. Christine is a goated movie. I think Prince of Darkness is a goated movie. Big Trouble in Little Chinatown is a great movie. The Fog is a great movie. Into the Mouth of Madness is a great movie. I think They Live is kind of goofy, but it has a cult following. It definitely has like its niche. I also think I think there was another one on here that I was looking for. But I can't find it.
So let me ask you guys this.
I mean, that's a lot right there. That's a nice resume. That's a nice resume.
Let me ask you
can't
this.
win them all. You can't win them all.
Let me ask you this, okay? And this is for Edgar as well.
Mm-hmm.
If it does have a cult following, does it really make it a good movie? Or is it a guilty pleasure? Edgar.
Well, first off, I don't see him as a director. He's also a producer, a composer. So he does everything well. Like, he's well-rounded as a person. You know, I appreciate that. What I also want to say, I think all these movies that we just talked about, you know, what Eric mentioned, I feel like they were ahead of their time. Because look,
Yeah.
all these ones that he mentioned now, right? The Thing, Escape from New York, Christine, all these that were didn't make no money in the box office. Critics, you know, movie critics at the time shat on them, right? But look at them now. Everyone's number one is The Thing, a horror movie slash sci-fi movie. I feel like his his filmography is making a comeback. You know, like the Prince of Darkness also has its following now. You know, each one of his John Carpenter movies, even though they might be goofy, ridiculous, doesn't have a plot or whatever the case may be, there's someone's audience out there. Well, going back to what Josh said. Oh, what's it again, Josh? Sorry, can you repeat the question?
If it has a cult, if a movie has a cult following, is it a good movie, a great movie, or is it just a guilty pleasure?
That is such an objective question,
Right?
because there are movies that are rated like. I mean, you're talking about movies where you're having sex with fish, and you're like, yeah, it's a fucking great one. Fuck out of here. I don't want to see sex with fish. I want to see fucking movies about fucking slashers, about the fucking devil, about fucking aliens. And I think he delivers that, dude.
He does.
Like a ghost car that comes to life and kills fucking people. Like, there's nothing out there like that.
He names
The
protect.
2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Nickelodeon show respected John Carpenter.
Oh,
You can
Ben
see
West
it
Craven.
in that show.
Absolutely.
You can see it in that show. That is a goated TV show, and you see multiple show episodes where they tap into some John Carpenter. There's a reason for that, dude. There's a reason why they tap into that.
I would say that the 2012 TMNT series tapped into more of 80s nostalgia than anything. But to your point, I get it. I don't disagree.
Doing this in an era where there were people that were like, because look, the 80s and the 70s did have some big time films from other directors. Look at Halloween, dude. I know we talk shit about the legacy of Halloween, but it started because of his one fucking movie.
yeah.
That shit started and now it's never ending, and they can't recreate it. Why? Because John Carpenter fucking killed it. He did such a great job with the original one, they've never been able to fucking recreate it. To the point where they just gotta fucking stop. The shit's gotta stop, and they won't. And it's tainted it a little bit. But that's not because his fault.
Okay, so Eric, you say it's subjective. So it's subjective. What do you think, Edgar?
I agree with Eric. Yeah, subjective. You, Albert?
God, see, I'm just
Thank
sitting
you,
here.
White Alberta.
I'm sitting here and just listening to you guys talk about this. I mean, I don't think he's basement. Let me just start there.
Okay, good.
He's greatness. John Carpenter's greatness, even with the blemishes on his record. I mean, dude, there's something to be said for those movies alone. Halloween, The Thing, right? Escape from New York. Like, these are movies that are like, they are pillars in the filmmaking industry. These are movies that like have now shaken the foundation of what it means to make horror movies with practical effects, to make slasher movies, to create action espionage movies. Without Escape from New York, there's no Metal Gear. Without Halloween, there is no Scream. Without The Thing, there is no Dead Space. Like, those three movies alone make him greatness. And the fact that he's proudly able to just stamp his name in every project he makes, even the ones that are fucking bad, shows the confidence that he has in his work. More so than I would say even someone like M. Night Shyamalan, which we all know he also puts his names in front of the movies.
Mm-hmm.
But John Carpenter, man, like, that guy, he doesn't give a fuck. He will make a bad movie like the Ghost from, what is it, Ghost on Mars, whatever, what's it called?
Oh
That
yeah,
one?
yeah,
With Ice Cube.
Mars.
yeah.
And
Ghost of Mars.
but people will still say, nah, he's fucking great. You know, he can make some stinkers and he will still be like revered as like the horror director. You know, that's just something you can't take away from the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas other horror filmmakers, you can kind of make the argument that like, yeah, they kind of fell off of when they started making these movies, and I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it back to you guys. I know we keep talking about Halloween and we talk about Scream, but what if Wes Craven's Basement?
So hold on real quick.
Okay.
Low hanging fruit is obviously, Halloween, The Fog, Escape from New York, The Thing, Christine, Big Trouble in Little China, Prince of Darkness, They Live. We'll just throw that in there as well. Into the Mouth of Madness. Okay, we've talked about majority of these movies a lot of the times in our other recordings. Okay, but we don't ever talk about Memoirs of an Invisible Man with Chevy Chase. Okay, we don't ever talk about Escape from L.A. I actually had to question myself when I watched this movie, and I was like, did John Carpenter direct this movie? Do we all remember the tidal wave, the tsunami, and then He's like riding on a surfboard
Mm.
in the waves, you know? Okay. Vampires. Okay. The Ward. Have you guys seen The Ward?
No. Is it good?
It's with Amber Heard.
Oh wow, he made that movie.
I didn't know he made that too. I watched it. I remember like, what the fuck is this? And then I like recently, as I'm like looking up his filmography, and I was like, he did The Ward? What the? But does an individual take a step back when they continuously do one terrible movie after another?
Josh,
Still don't think.
He's asking questions.
hold on.
That's
I
all.
know. Let me ask you something. And Edgar, and I want Edgar and Alberto just to quickly buckle your seatbelt. This
Okay.
won't take long. So,
Okay.
Josh, let's not go down the rabbit hole too far. John Elway lost 3 Super Bowls. More than he won.
Oh,
Tom Brady
See where
lost
I'm
3
going.
Super Bowls. 1 and 2 on your list.
that's a good point.
Does that mean, oh, he's a piece of shit? He lost 3 and only won 2. He's a nope. He's
I'm
second
asking
best.
questions, guys. I'm not saying.
Okay,
And
that
I'm
he's
asking
wasted.
you. You don't have to answer it in depth, but I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay, but
No, I think that's a good point, right?
Uh-huh.
And I appreciate you saying that. He also did Village of the Damned.
all right, Josh, I need you to stop asking the questions. I need you to give your statement. Stop pussyfooting around. And what are you saying right now?
Where are you coming? Where is this? Are you just making shit up in your head now?
Right?
I'm asking questions. Like, he did Village of
We're
the Damned.
done.
I'm looking at his filmography.
We're done with the questions. Is he basement or is he greatness?
John Carpenter is greatness. Abso-freaking-lutely.
Thank you.
I think he's, to Eric's point, what he's done is yeah, he has more goated movies than probably any director out there. Okay, which means that he can afford to do terrible things.
Yes.
Okay. That's how I look at it. Even his bad movies, okay, I'll say the cult following. I will state, I think the one thing that I'm indifferent is that I don't think a cult following makes the movie great, but it makes it enjoyable enough to where I appreciate it. They Live is a terrible movie.
Right.
It was
Okay.
so terrible. NECA made an action figure sets on it.
That doesn't mean anything, my
It
friend.
kind of does, though. Actually, I feel like
Dude.
the influence is felt enough that
You
But-
put resources and money
It's
into make
so
those
nostalgic.
things.
It's so nostalgic, right? The bubble. I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass is one of the worst dialogues ever, but it's remembered and it's quoted to date.
they
You
made
know,
a whole
I love that
action
movie.
hero with
I
that with Duke
fuck with
Nukem.
Right? Absolutely. You know, one of my favorite movies growing up as a child, my first John Carpenter movie was Big Trouble in Little Chinatown. You know? I had fun watching Escape from LA. It didn't take itself serious.
Yeah.
It's an awful movie. But Into the Mouth of Madness, Prince of Darkness, The Thing, Halloween,
Christine. The
These are
Fog
good
was
movies.
great, dude.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't a fan of The Fog. I liked
The
it.
Fog was great.
Good. I wouldn't say it's goated, but he has more goated movies out there, which, you know, I agree. But yeah, Alberto, you mentioned Wes Craven.
Is he basement? By your logic, if he's had all these blemishes, does it make him basement? Eric, you're shaking your head. I mean, I kind of agree. Also, I don't think he's
Wes Craven is
great
good too. And look, we all know here, Albert, Edgar, I think you guys will understand this.
Mhm.
Horror movies are never really received as great films to begin with.
True.
You could say that entire category is a cult category.
Yeah.
because it's very niche. We wouldn't be sitting here talking and spending time recording these sessions if it wasn't for guys like fucking John Carpenter and Wes Craven.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be sitting here talking about it and having such an interest in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand, like, yeah, They Live, it's goofy as hell, but there's, like, a beauty in it. There's a greatness behind how bad it is for some weird reason. I don't know what it is. I don't know why that is. Because there is something very creative about his thought, where you only see these aliens through, like, these sunglasses, and they're infiltrating the system, and they're taking over the world, and they're doing all these things. There's a guy who's got to save the world. Like, that's a great story. Yeah, it was executed a little goofy, and the guy that I can't remember his name. He was something else, wasn't he? Like a rock star or something? I don't know. He was never like he wasn't really like an actor, but he is forever going to be remembered for that role and some of those hilarious lines. But it delivered something so much different than you see now. Like, I'd much rather go back and watch They Live. I will watch They Live again before I ever watch Keeper again. Or The Monkey again, the worst fucking movie of Osmond Perkins, by the way.
Can we just pivot for a little bit here for a second? I'm so glad that you thought The Monkey was awful. Why?
Well, for starters, look, it's a Stephen King story.
Yeah.
That I think was. My guess is if you read the book, it's probably pretty ridiculous, and maybe they did execute it to the books. I don't know. Maybe they did. The short story is so much more different. They only took the monkey part of it, and then they just did the whole thing. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Yeah. So that was what that was, right? We don't need to go any further on it. It's fucking horrible. It's a bad movie. I don't know how you go. I don't know how you go from Longlegs with Final Girl of our era or of this era. Yeah. Micah Monroe. And you put out that. And by the way, I feel bad for Theo James, who starred in that movie, because I've seen him in other work, and he's way better than that. Yeah. He's way better than that, dude. Like, I watched him in the second season of The White Lotus. He's a phenomenal douchebag, dude. He plays this character, and he's a fucking douchebag, but he's so good at it, dude. Yeah. And I just wonder, like, what happens? Like, what happens to these people when they write these movies and these I don't know. It's just how they execute it.
It's the result of doing too much and not giving enough breath, not enough space between movies. Because I feel like he just walked onto one set onto another one, and you can clearly tell that he was having fun, but it just didn't translate on screen. Like, I think Edgar was more favorable to it than I was, but I just fucking thought The Monkey was so bizarre. It had such a fucking weird ending too. Like, I understand where the ending was going, but at the same time I'm like, what the fuck did I just watch? Yeah, it was like they were trying to deliver like a funny horror, and it was just not good. It didn't work. It just wasn't good. And look, to talk about Wes Craven real quick, I don't think Wes Craven is quite on, like, when you look at Wes Craven's body of work, I don't think it's quite where, it's not where John Carpenter is. But look, Nightmare on Elm Street, okay, iconic. Scream, iconic. I thought Cursed was okay with Christina Ricci and the werewolves. That was a pretty good movie.
I agree with that.
I think it was good. It was a good movie. Yeah, and look, like the first Scream, Scream 2, New Nightmare, A Nightmare on Elm Street. You know what's interesting is Wes Craven wrote and directed A Nightmare on Elm Street. He did not write the second one, but guess what? He did not write or direct. I can't remember which one it was. The second one, I don't think he was as involved. But the third one, Dream Warriors, he wrote that one. He didn't direct it, but he wrote that one. It's funny because a lot of people go back to that one as one of the greater... ones, yeah. One of the stronger ones. A New Nightmare. He wrote and directed that one. So, like I said, I don't think he was entirely, like, his body of work is not quite the same. But like A Vampire in Brooklyn.
No, I was going to bring that up. It's a classic.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys fucking, like, you guys said it earlier, they kind of paved the way. Yeah. And we're dying to see horror movies again like this.
That's true. There's no They Live in 2026. I don't think there's ever been a
No.
movie that's like that.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I don't even know if you could recreate that.
No, I don't think you can.
I don't even think you should.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's also true. That I agree.
Like, let it be. Let it be what it is, you know? The Hills Have Eyes, the original. Wes Craven did the original one.
Classic.
Right?
The remake is not bad either. I just want to put
The remake's not bad either. And I think he was a little bit. I think he was involved in the second remake, which is not good. I will say this though, it is interesting that Wes Craven bombed Swamp Thing 1982. I don't know how that happened. He bombed that one, but you know what? I mean, look, it's a good body of work. These are great films, dude. And to your guys' point about Halloween, yes, I acknowledge Halloween. It birthed the possibility of Scream. It absolutely did. Wes Craven killed it, but that movie exists, yes, because of Halloween, absolutely. And they respect it. They respect that movie in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, it's just. I was watching a podcast earlier, and the question was asked on that podcast about what's a piece of media that was introduced to you in the worst way, and for me, the way I was introduced to Scream, and I said this on the podcast, was through Scary Movie. And Scary Movie made fun of Scream in a way that felt very, like, authentic. Like, yeah, a lot of the shit that they make fun of in Scream kind of does happen in Scream. And then I watched Scream, and I couldn't unsee what Scary Movie was making fun of. And therefore, I couldn't take Scream as seriously.
Yeah, that's tough, dude, because,
you know,
you introduced yourself backwards to it.
It's backwards, you know?
I completely understand your view on that, dude. I actually respect that. It's hard to kind of like, and I think Scary Movie isn't like a horror movie, but since it's like making fun of horror,
yeah,
I thought they did a phenomenal job. I thought they did a great job, but it didn't ruin Scream for me. But that's because I saw it in the reverse.
Yeah, you saw it the right order.
It's not in the right order, but I respect what they did in Scary Movie. Mm-hmm. And I also respect what they did in the second Scary Movie. Yeah. Because you could argue that the second Scary Movie's opening scene where they have James Woods coming in, you know, and he's like, just total, like, he's hilarious, dude. Yeah. Like, it goes to the Edgar's point on, I'm kind of with Edgar on vampires. Like, it's a silly movie, but James Woods makes that movie great, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
yeah, he does.
He is such an underrated comedian. He's
playing it straight too in that one, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's playing it straight, which makes it even more funnier, I think.
It's kind of a good vampire movie. They kind of are making fun of vampire movies before. They kind of almost made fun of it before.
You don't believe in vampires?
How do you know the quote to that movie?
Because I've seen that movie so fucking many times.
All right, well, that...
I have a friend, Edgar, that he quotes the same lines that you just did with that movie. It's like he can remember all the lines.
There you go.
It's iconic, dude.
Yeah.
It's almost Scary Movie before Scary Movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite, but it's got like it's got this weird taste of like, we're going to kind of make fun of this while also being serious.
Yeah.
So
another movie or piece of media that I was introduced the wrong way, the reverse way, is Oldboy. I saw the fucking remake before I saw the original, which is a huge fucking mistake.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Oh my god, man! I wish I could take that moment back. You know, I can't believe we saw Suicide Squad twice. just for the, I don't know why I'm throwing that in there, but you know, whatever. But yeah, Josh, we all think it's greatness. I think John Carpenter, he has a flawed filmography.
Not a flawed. Like now, like people coming back and like.
I mean, come on, Eric. Ghost on Mars is not great.
I'm not saying that. Like the big ones, you know, they bombed. They weren't great.
They got ghosts these big. Yeah. Is that what Ice Cube said in that movie? Or, look, yeah, John Carpenter's greatness. Like I said, I still hold true that I think The Thing, Escape from New York, and Halloween, those three movies alone are super fucking influential to still felt through movies today. No movies like that have been made still. Well, Halloween, that's the exception. But you haven't seen another movie like The Thing. Maybe Event Horizon, but that's not really like, I don't know. Would you say Event Horizon is kind of like The Thing, Josh?
I would say it's close to more of Prince of Darkness and Into the Mouth of Madness.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's a better comparison.
There you go.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting topic, though. I think if we were talking about M. Night Shyamalan, it would be a different outcome, I feel like. And I think we should probably talk about him at some point on the podcast. I also think, and I'm gonna put this on the table for the next podcast, and you guys can do with it what you will. I think you guys need to watch Beau's Afraid.
Oh, fuck.
I think Eric is on a hot streak watching movies that he doesn't need to watch, like The Monkey, and he still does it for the podcast. I think he doesn't have no problem sitting down and watching Beau's Afraid. I need Josh and Edgar to sit down and watch it.
Fuck, okay.
It's an intimidating task, but I think it's going to be worth a podcast to talk about it. Because I think I've already sold it to you guys, but you guys need to really watch it.
Is it still streaming? You know, sometimes
I don't know. Actually, that's a good point.
Because they sometimes take that off.
I don't know. It was on HBO Max during Halloween. I don't know if it's
Not
on
there
there
now.
still.
It's not, I mean, you gotta pay to rent or whatever. I'm like, oh God, for 3 hours.
Yeah, I don't want to
I
pay.
don't know. Okay, maybe
Check.
at your own discretion. If you guys want to rent it and watch it, by all means, just know you are possibly wasting money and time watching this movie.
$4.
Okay, well, you guys definitely
$4,
but that's $4 you could use to buy like some tacos from Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And still have such a miserable time afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this has been great. I enjoyed this one.
Yeah, it was fun.
This was a great episode. Let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think John Carpenter's Basement? Do you think he's a bad director? Do you think he's just overrated? Do you think John Wick is better than The Raid? Or do you agree with Josh? Is it not fair to compare the two?
Is Vampire in Brooklyn is good.
Okay,
With
you,
Eddie
you
Murphy
with like
and-
vampires is like you're in like in a different fucking planet right now. I think we need to talk about vampires just to get out of your system.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening, and I will say what I said at the top of the episode. Please go watch our other podcast, Poor Man's Sports, where we talk about everything sports from a poor man's perspective with Josh and Eric. You can go listen to our last episode where we talk about the top 10 list from Bleacher Report of the best quarterbacks of all time. Got a little heated in that one, I may say. It was a pretty fun episode to shoot, and you should go listen to that. Eric, where could they find Poor Man Sports?
Find us on YouTube right now.
Right now, yes.
YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. If you want to hear about John Elway being the greatest quarterback of all time, join us on YouTube, according to Josh.
I said Tom Brady was.
Joe Montana.
Whatever.
Joe Montana.
You're lying.
And
Rewatch the episode, Eric. Rewatch the episode.
No, I take that back. Mark Wahlberg was good when he was in the Eagles. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. Well,
There you go. Invincible.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Go ahead, rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcast, and
Drop a
show
Padre
this-
in the comments.
drop a Padre. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Eric, go ahead and sign us off.
Yep, go Birds.
Go Birds.